Welcome or welcome back to Tarot and Chill. My name's Nisha, and this is a pick a card reading to find out what spiritual truths should you know about you. I've got 3 groups for you to choose from today. Group 1 is the green Topaz. Group 2 is the Amethyst. And Group 3 is the clear Quartz. Please pause the video now if you need to take a moment to make your choice, otherwise I'll see you in your reading. All the timestamps will be below. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and leave me a comment to let me know how it resonates for you. And if you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. If you'd like a personal, the information will be below. And you can also find details of my Patreon and my PayPal for donations if you're feeling generous. I'd be super grateful. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in your reading. This reading is for you if you chose the green Topaz. Let's see what cards you have. From the Sacred Spirit reading cards, you have Ground Your Light, Let Your Soul Shine. From the Black Moon Astrology cards, you have Void of Course Moon, Missing. From the Sacred Power reading cards, you have Freedom. From the Field Tarot, you have the Prince of Cups, the Eight of Swords, and then from the Ancestral Past Tarot, you have Temperance, and the Three of Cups. I'm feeling like there may be some people who you haven't communicated with for a while. I feel like you may have not had much time and energy. I'm feeling like you may have also just not really wanted to be around people. I feel like you may have been going through some anxiety or some social anxiety, I'm hearing, or just wanted your own space. And then for some of you, I feel like you've been maybe not enjoying having your own space, but felt a bit trapped in your own personality, I want to say, like your own house, your own mind, your own thoughts. It feels like you've had some kind of clearing through emotions to do on your own that you haven't wanted to speak to anyone about. I feel like you just wanted to keep it private. You haven't really wanted to discuss how you're feeling with people. But I feel like there are some really good friends that you have in your life, even if you don't see them often, and I feel like they miss you. And I feel like you miss your friends, because this is meant to be more about you than other people. So I am seeing that you may have some people who you could communicate with and open up to, and I want to say share space with and share time with. And I feel like it would actually help you a lot more than you know right now. And I know you might not have much time. And I know you might not have much space or capacity or energy for talking to other people. But I do feel like there's some really important friends or relationship partners who you can bounce ideas off. Because I'm seeing for you guys, some of your best ideas and some of your most entertaining thoughts come from other people's ideas and thoughts, not in like a you're copying them kind of way, but more like somebody says something interesting and that sparks a lot of interesting thought within you, and you'd be able to tell them your thoughts in a way that would make them interested and give light to their own ideas that they want to think about and talk about. So yeah, I do feel like there's some very clever people who you can bounce ideas back and forth with, but also with yourself, because I do feel you may have been feeling, again, like a bit trapped in your own mind, a bit negative in your thinking, and maybe like unable to, I'm hearing like unable to take on as much as you wanted to. It's like your energy keeps being grounded, and yeah, it's like you're not able to run free, but I feel like in your mind you do have like a lot of ideas, and those ideas and theories and things that you have going on through your head should be allowed to be roaming free, even if physically you feel like you want to be stuck or grounded. For someone, you might have something going on with your back, like back pain, and I'm hearing changing your posture might help to improve the pain. It feels like, yeah, like the kind of angle you're sitting at might be uncomfortable for your spine. You may want to sit cross-legged on the floor or something like that. That feels like it would really help someone who's having, I'm hearing like lower back problems and pain between their shoulder blades and pain in their neck. Headaches even. It just feels like someone's having back issues that comes from posture, and I feel like there's probably a lot of people. There seems to be some, I want to say like a song in your heart or a message in your heart for something or someone. And again, I feel like you're not really allowing yourself to express it right now. You might not feel ready. I'm hearing someone's a singer and you need to focus on breathing exercises and try and get the breath like deep into your stomach, right to the bottom of your stomach. You also, again, might need to do some work on your body and your posture to make yourself feel more balanced. I'm not sure if someone's having issues with like their actual balance in their body. It feels like you might benefit from breathing exercises and yoga and stretching. It feels like really, really, really important for someone. I'm sorry if it's like a really irrelevant message for others. I'm seeing there's a lot to discover about yourself that you've been kind of, I don't want to say overlooking, but it's more like you haven't had time or you haven't had the capacity to focus on certain areas. And I do see it's very important for you. And I feel like you are kind of overwhelmed with how much you have going on. But I do think that there's a bit more space than you realise right now. Especially because there may be certain things that you keep going over in your mind that you don't really need to. It's like that space could be filled with something more productive. I'm not sure what kind of thoughts that you find keep like attacking you or following you or don't let you breathe. But it seems like there's a thing you can do maybe physically that can clear those thoughts, and it might be meditation, it might be stretching, it might even be just like going for a walk or getting up and moving around or something like that. So yeah, do take what resonates for you and leave the rest. It feels like there is a difficulty communicating for you guys, and I do again feel like there's this song in your heart or a message that you want to share with someone, but you might be unsure of how to express yourself, and I feel like you're being quite cautious with how you express yourself and how you conduct your relationships. You might be a bit not afraid to get into relationships, but I do feel that you may find that you again like don't have enough time or don't have enough energy. Or maybe you're not really sure who is the right person for you. Like you might have a lot of options that you're talking to and people who are compatible with you, but maybe not quite as compatible as you would want them to be. I feel like it's a good time for you to take a pause within yourself, as well as trying to find more balance. But yeah, like I said, it is a good time to talk to people more and to try and get to know people more, and it doesn't have to be romantic relationships. I'm seeing more friendships would be beneficial for you, or family members, or just people in general who care about you. But yeah, I do feel there may be someone you're attracted to and you're just a bit shy and don't want to express your feelings yet, or maybe you have too many options and you're not sure which is your favourite and which one you want to go forwards with and which one you maybe want to say goodbye to. I'm seeing there's a kind of craving for something within you, and I'm not sure if you figured out what it is. For some of you, it might be more space to yourself still. It's like you've been taking some time out, but you're still craving alone time. And I'm feeling for others, it might be the people, like other people. You might be craving friendships. You might be craving physical activity for some of you where you've been a bit inactive. You might be craving running around or dancing or feeling the air rush past your face as you're like running. Something like that. It feels really important for somebody. Because I feel like some of you have been feeling in a bit of a cage with yourself. Like it's just you, yourself and you. And maybe your work and your pressures and things like that. But not anything to kind of fuel you or fill you back up. And you seem to have this sense of something being missing, or again like longing for something. I feel like you would figure it out more if you spent more time outside. Somewhere outside where you can maybe like sit and meditate and have a lot of light, like natural light coming to you. I think that would really help you. Also, for some of you might benefit from going for a run. I feel like the running process might help you figure out what it is that you're desiring or missing. I'm also seeing there may be some messages that you're not receiving, like from spirit, from the universe, signs that you could be seeing but you're not seeing. For some of you, I'm not sure if you spend a lot of time kind of trying to shut out a lot of things. I want to say like maybe you purposely try not to interact with people in public. I know I do this sometimes, like I try and keep my head down because too many people's energy is feeling a bit overwhelming. So maybe you guys are like that and you try and not make eye contact with people, but I feel like you might be missing really important opportunities, like maybe someone you would want to talk to is walking past and you're trying to keep your head down. Or maybe you always close your eyes, say when you like go outside somewhere nice or like a park or anywhere you go to relax and be with yourself. Maybe you shut your eyes to meditate, and there's nothing wrong with doing that. But I feel like certain instances you might be missing out on external stimulus that could help you, and it could just be the sunlight against your eyes or something like that. Obviously, don't look directly at the sun, guys. But yeah, I'm seeing a sense of missing certain visual cues or sensory cues that you could pick up on that would really help you to give depth to your life. It's like slightly damaging to you to not see or interact with certain things that are available for you. It's like spirit is waiting for you to catch it, or waiting for you to see it, or waiting for you to make a message, I'm hearing, or a turn, or to do a specific thing. Anyway, I do really feel like there's a lot coming together for you under the surface that right now is not shown to you, because I feel like you're already a bit overwhelmed with the things you're thinking about and the things you're focused on and what you have your hands full with. And I do feel more guidance and more information will come through conversation with people. I feel like there's someone you're going to meet soon, or someone who's already in your life but you haven't spoken to for a while. But I feel like this person's going to give you some really important knowledge or information or ideas that can kind of push you forwards in a way. Like it's going to help you to find more energy, or it's going to help you to get out of your thoughts or to be able to move more. It maybe this person has an opportunity for you even, or something like that. So yeah, this is a really interesting reading. I do feel like there's a lot of space for you to sit and think and to open up to the signs and the things that spirit might be trying to show you. And I also feel like there is a lot to be said for communicating with people and trying to ask other people questions that you might have and find answers to, I want to say, things that have been stressing you out. Like you might be constantly going on over and over an issue that could be completely removed if you just ask someone else. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the reading, group 1. Thank you so much for being here with me. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button below and leave me a comment to let me know how it resonates for you. If you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and check out the other content on my channel if you're interested. If you'd like a personal, the information will be below, and you can also find details of my Patreon and my PayPal for donations. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. This reading is for you if you chose the Amethyst. Let's see what cards you have. From the Sacred Spirit reading cards, you have Align Your Universe, Navigate Distractions. From the Black Moon Astrology cards, you have Solar Eclipse, Revolution. From the Sacred Power reading cards, you have Intuition. From the Field Tarot, you have the Eight of Cups, the Five of Swords, and the Three of Cups. And from the Ancestral Path Tarot, you have the Devil and the Prince of Sacred Circles. It seems like there's some really big energy surrounding your next birthday. I know it's a really random message, but it seems like there's some celebration on the cards for you that's going to be really exciting and very divine for you. It's like there's something you're completing by your next birthday, or something that you're trying to complete by your next birthday. I feel at the moment you might be quite distracted, and you may have left things behind that you were intending on finishing, and you've just kind of kept going without restarting it or like picking it back up again. And I feel like you may have given up on certain things that you were trying to continue with out of frustration, or out of feeling like it just wasn't working out for you, or feeling like you couldn't continue putting energy in. Sorry for the background noise. But yeah, I'm seeing it's something that you can't really let go of, even if you've dropped it and just like put it to a side. I feel like you still feel very passionately about it. It's maybe a goal or something that you had in mind. I'm not sure what it is for you. It feels like something you've been thinking of for ages. And I feel like it's still on the cards for you. It's still on the cards to get it done or to move forwards with it or to complete it. But I feel like for right now, you might just be in a negative mind state about it. And I feel like you're going to get your vibes high again about it really soon. You're going to start feeling positive about it. Because like I said, it feels like you can't really let it go. And I feel like you have the energy, or at least you will have the energy soon, to get it done or to do whatever you need to do. So that's a really nice message. I feel like there's a lot of things that you are hoping for that right now you may be not as hopeful about. It's like a sense of really desiring something and being very committed to something, but also feeling like maybe it's not working out for you right now, or maybe it's not going the way you planned it to, and feeling like maybe you should give up on what you wanted. And I feel like you shouldn't give up on it, but you just might need to take a little rest. You might need to take a break to realign yourself with, I feel like, other people around you and the society around you and like the environment around you, but also with your own self and your own intuition. And just to get a little bit of energy back up, because I feel like you've been exhausted, you've been really tired, maybe from trying so hard with a lot of things for such a long time. It just feels like you do need a little break, and I feel like taking a little break would give you some information, some downloads that you would find really useful. Like, I feel like a lot of spiritual truths you will figure out just by doing less for a couple of days or something like that. It's like a sense of you realigning with yourself and your purpose. I'm also seeing there may be some people you need to get rid of from your environment, which is why I feel like it's important for you to have conversations with people and try and get to know people, because I feel like there's some like very negative people, like really unsavory, unhelpful, frustrating people who always rub you the wrong way, like their energy is a bad influence on you, or they're in general like a bad influence for you. And I do feel there's other people who are really, really positive and they're really good and they're really sweet and supportive. And it's maybe talking to really unhelpful people that makes you feel less able to do the things you wanted to do. It's like you'll have a goal in mind, you'll feel really passionate about it. You'll be really looking forward to going towards it, but you talk to other people and they make you feel like it's a stupid idea, or they talk to you and make you feel like it's too much, like it's impossible. And that makes you feel negative about it. So if you do have those kind of people around you, it feels like time to weed them out, or to move yourself away from them, or to have like difficult conversations where you kind of tell them you don't want to see them so much anymore. Because I do feel like there's some very special people, but also you might have some, again, like unhealthy connections. Even with some of the nice people, it might be that you're too reliant on them or too dependent on them, or maybe too attached to them. Also, for some of you, I feel like there's someone you've left behind, maybe because it felt like you just couldn't get anywhere with the relationship. Maybe this is a friend, or for some of you, it could be a partner, but I'm leaning more towards being guided to say it's a friend for you. It feels like someone where you're still attached to them and you might not have very good feelings towards them right now or anymore. But I feel like you're attached to them still, even if it's by anger, even if it's not by like having a friendship anymore. It's like you're so angry at this person that you haven't let go of them properly. So yeah, do consider if there's someone you need to cut cords with in a more official way. And I feel like for you guys, what might help you is just getting really focused on your work and not really thinking about people so much, and not thinking about relationships when it comes to this particular one where it's like they make you angry and you're still focused on them because of how angry you are towards them. And I do feel like you can free yourself with a lot of focus on things that you do have as like goals for you. And again, I want to say your next birthday or the next year, like by the end of this year, when I'm recording this, we're in November. So it's coming up to the end of the year for us. So yeah, I do feel like if you had any goals or projects that you really wanted to achieve, that you've been distracted by, maybe by other people who weren't very good for you, it's definitely time to get back on with them. And I feel, especially if you do have people around you who are like draining your energy or unhealthy to deal with, I feel like getting a bit of space from those people will help you to focus. I want to say distracting people as well. Like maybe just have loads of friends, and maybe they're good friends, but they're always calling you as soon as you get on with any work. It's like you'll start focusing, and then this friend phones you and wants to do something fun. And that's really nice and all, but I feel like you're just getting a bit distracted by people who don't necessarily have the best intentions. Like their intentions is just to have fun with you. And your intention might be to finish a massive project that you've had in the works for like 8 months already. So yeah, do trust yourself and trust your own intuition when you do need to just turn everything off. Or go away from everyone, or just get back to what you were doing. Like it feels like a sense of recentering yourself with your own goals in mind and less attachment to other people, especially if the attachment is coming from being angry, or I want to say feeling owed something, or feeling like you didn't deserve treatment that badly from someone, or that kind of energy. It's like it's keeping you stuck with people you don't want to be stuck with. And I do feel like you have good friends and you have good people to focus on who can take your attention away from people who maybe you have physically let go of but still emotionally cling to. So yeah, I'm giving you a couple months to finish everything you need to finish before the end of the year, or whenever you guys are watching. Maybe you're watching in January or something. But it feels like there's like a birthday coming up, or a specific checkpoint where you feel like you should finish a certain goal by. And you guys are already knowing what it is. I feel like your center is already lit up with the many ideas and the many to-do list goals that you need to write down. So yeah, I'm going to leave it up to you, and I hope you enjoyed the reading group too. Thank you so much for being here with me. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this, and leave me a comment to let me know how it resonated for you. If you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Check out the other content on my channel if you're interested. If you'd like a personal reading, the information will be below. And you can also find details of my Patreon and my PayPal for donations if you're feeling generous. I'd be super grateful. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. This reading is for you who chose the clear quartz. Let's see what cards you have. From the Sacred Spirit reading cards, you have soul fragments. Balance will be restored. From the Black Moon astrology cards, you have Chiron, healing. From the Sacred Power reading cards, you have affirmations. From the Field Tarot, you have the Seven of Wands, the Four of Swords, and the Five of Wands. And then from the Ancestral Path Tarot, you have the Prince of Swords and the Four of Swords. It feels like time for you to take a moment for yourself to refocus, I want to say, because it feels like things have been really busy and really tiring, and I feel like they still are. And you've got double Four of Swords, and it just really screaming at me that you need a break, you need a rest, you need some time out. Because it really feels like some of you might even have like physical health problems with the Chiron card being here. So it feels like it's definitely time for you to take some time for you and to try and shut out any pressure sources, I want to say. Like, do your very best to keep it at bay for the time being until you can get enough rest and perspective to be able to get back up and get back on with things, I want to say. It feels like you really do need a bit of encouragement and healing, and I want to say like a cuddle, or like to be told that things will be okay. So I do want to tell you guys that things will be okay, because it feels really stressful. But yeah, it does seem like you're kind of depriving yourself of enough sleep and enough rest. And I want to say don't judge yourself if you need like twice the regular amount of sleep right now. Because I do see that you've been really busy and you've been constantly feeling like you had to fight or like defend your position, or having constant setbacks to deal with, constant challenges to deal with. It seems like it's really, really, really been non-stop for you. And it feels like you feel in pieces about how hard things have been, or how much this has taken out of you. It feels like it's taken a lot to just maintain your position and not even get very far, is what I'm feeling. I feel like it's not like a destined part of your program or your life. It's like there's something that's gone a bit wrong, I feel like, for you, where it's got you into, like, it's like backed you into a corner. You've ended up in a position where you've not really had much help or support or encouragement, and you've maybe been up against a lot of competition. You may have had a lot of people who didn't really want to see you win. And I feel like it's been quite difficult because you've had to combat all that energy, and it's been taking a lot of energy out of you. I feel like there's been multiple sources of stress and multiple challenges to you, like people who have been chipping away at you or taking little bits. Over the course of your whole life up until this point, it's like you've had to become a fighter, you've had to become really strong. You've had to become independent and self-sufficient, and I do feel like you have the potential to maybe get very closed off to people as a result of how much you've been challenged by them or how unsupportive they've been to you. I feel like there are some people you hang out with and people who you talk to. But again, there may be a lot of competition there, like there may be a lot of friendly competition between people. And I feel like you maybe need to zone out from what other people are doing. Like I'm seeing a sense of maybe trying to keep up with the Joneses, trying to keep up with your friends, and maybe, again, I feel like you need a lot more sleep than the average human right now. And you have been doing so much, like you've been doing a lot. And I think it's not really for now for you to be trying to keep up with other people or compete with other people or make a good impression or anything like that. It's more for you to get some space and get into your own lane if possible, because it feels like where you've been has been very busy and crowded. And I don't know if that's like a physical sensation of being crowded or whether you've got constantly people communicating with you and that's stressing you out, or it's like social media or something like that. But I just feel like you need some space and distance and headroom so that you can think and, I want to say, glow up within yourself. I feel like you need sleep, and then you might find that you can start feeling energized again. I don't know if you've been feeling tired all day, like all day and all night you're tired, and maybe for some of you, some of your work might happen at night or in the very, very early hours of the morning, and you may have had like a strange routine that was not as healthy as it could have been. I'm seeing a sense of someone like waking up with the sun in the morning. I'm finally feeling refreshed after a lot of days off, a lot of days of sleep, a lot of time spent on your own. I also feel like there's some problem or something you're thinking about very hard that requires a lot of your attention. And again, I feel like that's really draining for you. It's contributing to your sense of tiredness. And it might not just be one problem, but like 7 problems or 5 problems. And at the same time, I feel like you have been feeling not as strong as you usually are because of how much everything's taken out of you. So definitely try and give yourself some more confidence. Try and speak to yourself positively. Try and come up with some positive solutions and ideas and things that will help you to get back to a good position and maybe defeat some of these challenges to you once and for all, like to get yourself into a different environment where you don't constantly have the same stress. Because that's the vibe I'm feeling. It's like there's just constant stress for you, and it's impossible for you to tune in and get the information you're meant to get from yourself and from spirit, because you're so physically exhausted and mentally exhausted, and you definitely need some healing and some time just to rest and sleep and do nothing, to be perfectly honest with you, before you can think about getting in a better position, I want to say. So yeah, I'm sorry for the bit depressing reading, but I'm seeing that you guys are probably just needing some rest, and that's not the worst message I could give you, is it? So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button below and leave me a comment to let me know how it resonates for you. If you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and check out the other content on my channel if you're interested. I make a lot of readings like this. If you like a personal, the information will be below. You can also find details of my Patreon and my PayPal for donations if you're feeling generous. I'd be super grateful. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.